Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to my Cravers tutorial slash playthrough. Now, things might sound a little bit different for you because I noticed after recording the last video that, for example, the battle sounds were a little bit too loud and my voice too quiet, so I decided to change things around in this video, so please do give me feedback on how do you think it is. And now, unfortunately, I recorded a few too many videos, so by the time you see this video and give me feedback, I will probably have recorded a few more videos after that. But nevertheless, this feedback will be important at some point. Yeah, I didn't plan ahead, did I? Oh well. By I didn't plan ahead, I mean, well, I literally only just published my very first video of this series today, a few hours ago. So yeah, it's gonna be a while since until you guys actually can give me feedback, but please still do give it to me. I definitely will read it once it actually, reaches me. This will be very important for me. So anything else? Well, I can already bet, I mean, this video that I posted, the first part, has been published too recently for me to see any comments because there aren't any yet. But I just realized that probably people are going to complain about me talking too quickly, which will probably happen because it always happens, and I always agree with those complaints because I always do talk too quickly. So yeah, please do keep reminding me to actually slow down when I don't need to speak too quickly, because it's already hard enough to understand me as it is sometimes. I am fully aware of that, and I'm trying to work on that, but without somebody reminding me to control myself, it's really difficult to realize when you are a bit too hyped up. Now, with that in mind, let us continue playing, shall we? So, I have failed. Yes, I have failed this deed, whatever, I don't really care. And the ground battle mat mutation, that's the Unfallen trying to murder me. I don't think they'll be able to do anything now. There are too many tanks on my system. And, well, it was only a minor victory, they say, but I murdered half of the enemy invaders and I lost 4 tanks out of 50. I think that's fine enough. Also, I know it's only been 2 minutes, but I really need to drink, so pardon me as I drink my tea. That is some delicious tea right there. It's getting to a point where it's a little bit too cold, but it's not quite there yet, so it's still all good. Now, as much as I love getting level 2 of Optimal Operations Expert on all my heroes that are governors, and I reminded myself to slow down because I was about to be too hyped up, but anyway, this skill, as you may have realized already, is a bit too important for me right now, because as the Cravers, we want to have some laws constantly enabled, and now I'm actually at positive Empire Influence again, which is really good. And one of those acts that I always want to be turned on is the Spoils of War Act. Now, there are other acts that at some point I will potentially want. For instance, Answer Them is a really good thing that helps you deal with the problems that Cravers oftentimes have, but the problem is it's extraordinarily expensive. Like, even the Edenization project will not be enough to maintain this law by itself. I would need a lot of improvements to keep this going. I would like for this to happen, but then again, the amount of effort it would take for this law to actually be enacted and sustained alongside Spoils of War Act, which is more important in my opinion, well, this just makes this law usually unaffordable and not worth it. It's a better idea to just invest all the science and production and whatnot into gaining more approval increasing structures instead. I think it would be a time better spent. Also, additionally, at some point, we're going to get access to 2 other very important bills. One being the Save Skies bill, and again, I'm talking too quickly, which, I mean, it's obvious extra 25 approval is nice. Again, just to remind you, Cravers operate on crazy high values, so while for other factions 25 extra approval sounds like an amazing deal, for Cravers it's not much really. It is a good bonus, but just 2 slaves and you're into negatives again, so it's something that can be useful, and certainly I do recommend going for it when you need to, but then again, don't think that this is like just one instant solution to all of your problems, because it is not. In addition, they will have access to Water Taxes Bill, which is frankly the most important tax for you, not tax, but law for you ever when you play as Craver in late and end game. Because then, usually, at least I always do, have huge problems with my dust treasury, because I usually focus on literally every other aspect of the game except for dust. And this thing literally solves all of my problems. I mean, it's not like I ever have problems per se, because Spoils of War Act is enough to save me from problems, but it's always very high risk, high reward kind of situation. And the wartime taxes bill just fixes that instantly, puts you back into positives even when you were always in humongous negatives. So that's good to know. Anyway, you, dear Sir, have been leveled up. Now, one of my scout ships, I believe, has a new probe, and that's you, dear Sir, so let's go ahead and explore something else. Maybe, just maybe, we'll discover antimatter. That would be absolutely amazing. Antimatter, please! Maybe you just have to ask. Who knows? I want to try it out. And that is extra 20 titanium, which I will not say no to, but I cannot exactly say I'm very surprised. Also, I just realized I boosted my voice as in my microphone settings, but it did not touch the music settings, and I'm afraid that now the music, the in-game music that you can hear in the background, might be too quiet. So again, please do give me feedback on that. Alright, thankfully the unfollowed are too stupid to blockade this stuff, so that's good. And also I need to hang on a second, did I end at 10 or whatnot? I don't know. Anyway, I need to do something. I'm really confused because before starting this video I checked how much movement this guy has, because I knew I'm going to have to talk about him. But I guess, yeah, it's still the same 10, I simply haven't moved it yet when I checked it, because that's usually what happens. Yeah, alright, I just confused myself for no reason, ignore the last half a minute or something. Anyway, this guy is going to reach EQs in about 2 turns, so I will actually need to have crust engineering now, because yes, I will rely on having adamantium stuff. I don't know what I will use adamantium for yet, but sure enough, in a late game, you almost certainly need one of those two things, as I mentioned before. So starting on my adamantium mining facilities as quickly as possible is important. How much adamantium is there anyway? Average deposit of 3. That's I will need more than that, but starting the mining operations at least is a step in the right direction. Alright, let's murder somebody because we can. It's just an invader. We're gonna wreck this guy's face. Oh wait, it actually used different kind of weapons, but it didn't matter. It's dead anyway. And I'm really happy about its death. I probably shouldn't be, because that's a mean thing to say, but I'm a mean person, I suppose, when I play Cravers against the AI. I may not be a mean person when I play as Cravers in multiplayer, so please do keep that in mind, don't snipe me instantly, please. But, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. You just say you're going to run away anyway, so my tactic really doesn't matter here. He did run away. What a coward. Now, I can just go ahead and start the invasion. And honestly, considering the fact that I do have the money to fix my ships, or to even improve them... Wait, why can I improve them? I didn't think I have better designs. I do have better designs, don't I? Huh, what did I improve exactly? I don't know, but apparently something can be improved. Let's do this! Whatever. I don't know exactly what I did, but I'm sure it was awesome. Let's go ahead and move, and oh, it looks like there are some flotillas on their way back from over there. Now, I am wondering if I have what it takes to actually fight a mothership. Probably not. But what I do have in spades is the ability to launch a successful land invasion, which is definitely what I'm going to do. Now, because I have significantly more power than the enemy, I will go for a blitz action. Now, sometimes I would recommend using preemptive bombing just to soften up the enemy defenses and feel how defensive your opponent feels about a certain system. For example, to find out if they are willing to use conscription or if they don't care or whatever. But in this case, our advantage is so huge, the enemy has less than a quarter of overall military power. I feel like we can just blitz and possibly win. If they conscript, I will not win, but I should still do quite well. Quite okay, so let's go ahead and see how it goes. I did not win, it was a minor victory per se, which is surprising, since they didn't even conscript, they just protected the system. Very strange, but I did not lose anything whatsoever, which is important. Let's continue the assault. Nice and easy. Meanwhile, on the other front, we've got those guys. And those guys I could retrofit, or I could not retrofit. But I could also retrofit them. Since I gained this titanium, I might as well. You never know when the AI will change its tactics and its modules around, so might as well retrofit them now, since I am heading a little bit into the unknown. Now, you dear sir, you are partially depleted. Let's change that. Let's make you... Oh, wait. No. I do want all the Kaigoros on that plant, but I do want this plant to also be sucked dry a little bit faster to give me a little bit more of a bonus. Thank you very much. Let's go for a Spin Project and then follow that by... I don't really need expanded mines, I don't think. I have already a decent amount of titanium again. I do want to have more titanium, I'll be entirely honest with you. Might be useful indeed. Then again, nah, Ether would take too long to construct. And from what I noticed, lately in the recent patches, AI is a bit too hesitant in trying to go for those kind of wonder deeds. So don't feel like I'm really in a hurry. Alright, this plant is about to be depleted, so let's just make as much use of its depletion, last point of depletion as possible, with as many Cravers as possible. And then I go for AI labor and follow it up with what exactly? I have a lot of manpower, so don't need to worry about that. I may want to slow down the food production and actually gain even more manpower generation, so I'll go ahead and do that. As for Intergalactic Supermarket, again, I'm not sure how keen I am about this whole affair, but I suppose Intergalactic Supermarket is extra money, and money equals awesome, because it sustains my fleets. Now, as for Host is going to have to go for National Museum, of course. When does not have to go for that, and I'll follow that by AI labor, I mean. And in fact, I'll swap fingers around, and this planet is going to be depleted in 7 turns, so I need to deal with that. And looky here, 7 turns until this planet becomes a colony. Perfect timing indeed. Alrighty then. Now, after that with quest engineering, I'm definitely going to go into the science tree, because there are actually a few things I want from the science and exploration tree, and literally nothing else I want in any other quadrants. Right now, at least. It will probably change as the game progresses, but right now, with this military, I clearly have the upper hand on literally the entire galaxy, if I were to guess. And as for industry production, I would say it's fine. I can make a lot of ships relatively quickly. I do want it to be a little bit better, but it's not really a priority. And as for influence, I'm in positives, so what else could I possibly need? Warden turned into colony, congratulations Warden. And one of somebody's heroes is a level 9, I don't really care about that. And my tea wants to be drunk by me, so I'll do just that. And there we go. I actually went ahead and conquered Lipus, which is pretty nice. Now, conquering Vodiani, as you can see, is a decent alternative to fighting against the motherships, because you don't have to fight the monstrous thing, which is pretty good idea, since lately AI has learned to actually defend its motherships and install scary weapons on them. However, this is mostly something you should do against Vodiani in middle game, because in late game, as you'll find out, it will be much easier to destroy the enemy arc ships, because, well, there's a limit to how many awesome modules they can have on them, and your carriers will eventually outshine them. Then again, of course, there is the benefit of just taking over a system versus destroying an arc ship. So, you know, it just means that in late game you have more options than you do in middle game. Right now, it's not really an option for me to do anything except for, you know, launching a land invasion. Now, with that out of the way, let's see, this system doesn't have anything because, you know, it was a mothership, an arc ship rather, so I need to do everything from the ground up. Thankfully, the population around these parts is very productive, and I can spend a lot of dust to make it better as well. This is where the ability to buy out stuff becomes kind of handy, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm kind of... I do like the fact that I went for it, but like I said, as the Cravers, you don't need the ability to buy out, really. It's just something that I personally so used to. I tend to do it even when it's not necessarily the best thing in the universe. Now, this planet seems like it has the most food, so I'm going to keep my population over here. We're about to lose a Vodiani, and oh crap, this system doesn't have level 2 on it either, so let's go ahead and make sure that it does have level 2 things, because I don't want those Vodiani to just die out. I want to ship them out and breed them, just like I breed everything else in my empire, because breeding things is awesome and it helps you, you know, have more powerful population. So Yudio says you're still using missiles, I still use Tattoo. Let's watch that again, and maybe they will not use barrage thingy, or maybe even if they do use it, then we'll not get it back. But no, instead they just run away like cowards. I don't blame them necessarily, and in this situation maybe it was a good call, because they can retrofit the ships, since... Actually, wait a second, they are countering me. So how are they exactly going to get rid of their ships? Well, they actually, what they should do is go ahead and install energy weapons, because I have no defense against energy weapons. Missiles are not a bad idea in this situation per se, but launching lasers, then again, I probably have better lasers than they do. If I were Vodian in this situation, I would probably stick to missiles and try to stay at long range, and also install a lot of shooting. Then again, that's what they already are doing. So I will they just have to unlock better stuff, or have more ships in a single fleet, or have bigger ships, but that's not gonna save them, because beam weapons, once they get close to you, are scary. So really, they are countering me, they just need to do it a little bit better. Alrighty then, so there's a scavenger that's doing something, a bunch of ships that I don't really care about too much. Also, by the way, there's a funny bug which causes your ships to have the wrong kind of skin when you are using the modified skin for the Cravers and load a game that was previously launched. So anyway, this ship is almost at Echius. He just says to waiting for probes to be replenished. And Yudi says you can conquer Edas here. Now, do I want to do that? Let's have a quick look, see at popular approval. It's basically maxed out. If I destroy one of my enemies, Trireme will no longer be happy, and some of my sisters might actually drop into just happy rather than ecstatic, and my empire will no longer be devoted. That's not ideal, I do admit. Also, I will be at my system cap, and I'll soon be over it once I capture Echius, which is a problem, but I can deal with it by going for hyper PACs. I did not want to do that because there are a lot of things in the science tree that I actually really want to have as quickly as possible, but well, I do want to maintain the approval, thank you. Anyway, still, how good is Edasir in the first place? Do I want to capture it? It does have red sack, and at some point I'll need it as a way to have my trading company go to Ibany. But for the time being, you know what, I'm not gonna conquer it just to have it generate extra 25 approval for me. I don't really care about whatever ships it might spawn, those ships will be puny and worthless, and hi Divine Ship, you probably wish you weren't here. So yeah, I think it ran away, of course. If it ran away, then why is it still here? Maybe it's another Vine ship that just survived, whatever. Still, I mean, there's a risk, because it looks like the Unfallen are trying to take control of Edasir, so they might take control of Edasir and then it will be harder to get rid of. But when they do that, I'll just conquer it, no problem. It will be as easy or hard to conquer, regardless of when I do it. As long as I don't stall for too long, of course. So yeah, let's leave it as it is for now. I think I'll need more ships though for invasion of the Unfallen territory, because I do not want to stall for too long. So again, let's just double check that my mutation was my most productive system. I mean, it has a hero, so I believe. Oh wow, Trireme, holy boss, what are you smoking? And Essa, good going. Wow, I'm improved. I'm impressed rather. Well, Trireme is too far away to really be a good construction base for my attack on Unfallen, but Essa is not that far away. And yeah, it's extremely productive, I love it. Well, let's go ahead and create a colony over here. I am kind of hesitant about using it as a place where I want to make ships, because there are a lot of things I want to construct on Essa right now. Whereas Mutation, I'm pretty sure it has all the structures I could possibly want on it. It doesn't have Hive Hole, but I probably won't even keep a hero over here in the first place, so it doesn't really need it. I'm not going to expand anywhere within the system anytime soon either. Yeah, I think I will still stick with Mutation as my go-to production system for the time being. Oh, also I have access to Reapers. I completely forgot about that. Let's go ahead and have a look-see. So, what do I want them to be like? Well, keep in mind that the AI will probably try to counter me by making more missiles. I will need to have some flak. Or rather, I would like to have some flak, except I have the weakest flak in the game. So that's not really an option. Instead, what I can do is try to make the AI think that I'm going to find something different. So I'm going to go ahead and install a missile on this ship. and just have it do just that. Alrighty then, now to follow it up, I'm going to make sure that it's defensive, so a shield will be necessary and a bit of armor as well. That's not really a bit. Also, I wish you could just toggle it so that detailed stats are turned on by default, because I have no idea why on earth you would not want to see those things. It's really useful stuff to know about, and even if you don't care, you just don't have to look at those numbers. So, yeah, I don't know. Either way, it's probably just not to scare the rookie players, to make them, you know, I can see that there's less eye clutter when those things are off, but personally I always have them on. Anyway, since this will be our tank, it definitely needs to have evasion so that it takes damage and also that isn't afraid to take it. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the module that makes the ship more likely to be targeted. Besides, I don't have access to antimatter anyways, so I wouldn't be able to install it. Oh well. Alright, I do want H-Fleet Fleet Accelerator, or whatever it's called. H-Fueled Fleet Accelerator, that's how it is called. So those things will be very useful to make all my entire fleet faster. What else do I want? Extra dust per destroyed. Oh, that's kind of tempting. I kind of want to go for it. I will also, yeah, smart T repair bots will be necessary, so I'm gonna go for them. And you know, being able to repair my fleets for free, that's really good. So, wait, that's not repair fleets, that's gain extra dust per destroyed ship. And it's only 20 per destroyed command point. Is that really a lot? I mean, it is quite a bit actually, and it will add up. And I should have a decent enough amount of adamantine gain. Then again, I want to maybe save my adamantine so I can use it as weapons later. But later is a long time from now. For the time being, I can use it as such. It's not like I'm going to make a lot of these repairs in the first place. I can also go for debris analyzer, which is actually something I care about more. So I am going to go ahead and install the debris analyzer, and I don't think there is anything else I really care about. So I figure this ship is good. It has some damage. Actually, it has quite a lot of damage because it is a big ship after all. But compared to these small ships, it's not nearly as efficient. Still, it will do its job, by which I mean it will make my fleets slightly faster, which is very, very important when you are playing as Cravers and when you try to snap the enemy capitals. In fact, in the future, I'll make this ship boost my fleet's speed even more so that I can really efficiently snap the enemy capitals. Right now, I'm not in a hurry. I have probably until 1090 to actually win the game. About that point, I think the AI will win the economic victory, or maybe a science victory, depending what kind of AIs I'm facing. And what the balls are those? I never really looked at a planet. This looks horrifyingly disturbing. Like, when you zoom out and when you look at this thing, this looks pretty. This thing looks horrifying. It's like this planet has a disease, like some horrifying. I don't even want to know. Ugh. Oh boy, I did not want to see that. I'm really sad that I zoomed in or paid any attention. Ugh. No, I actually hate that. Holy balls, I hate that. Oh wow, you have no idea how much I hate it, except for the fact that I just really hate it. I didn't expect this to have this much of an impact on me. That was really horrible. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to go ahead and drink some tea to feel better about myself and my life in general. I don't know how tea is going to do that, but tea is amazing, so maybe it will do that. Tea is so delicious. Like, I don't get people who like coffee. I mean, I get the fact that, you know, coffee is literally addictive and forces you to like coffee and to drink more coffee. And, you know, there are not too many negative side effects of caffeine, except for the fact that if you are a neurotic person, like I am, I'm seriously neurotic, then caffeine tends to increase your mood swings and make them more intense, which is not necessarily what you want. In fact, it's the opposite. So for people like me, caffeine is certainly not recommended, so coffee is not either. And I personally just don't like the taste of coffee, so yeah, I just don't understand it. I mean, I do understand it. Why am I even talking about this? Let's focus on our heroes. So this is a weird selection. I did not get a single Craver. And I was hoping for a Craver. Instead I got an Unfallen Guardian, a Horrific Counselor, and an Euro Social... Not Euro. EU Social... EU Social? I never tried to pronounce it. I always pronounce it Euro Socials. Because, you know, I guess I'm biased since I'm from Europe and I say Euro. a lot. Actually, I don't say euro a lot because euro is not how you pronounce it in my native language. Then again, I am using English more frequently than I use my native language anyway, so whatever. Still, which hero do I actually want? Either Horatio on Fallen Out think. I don't really... I cancel I mean, he would be decent for my systems because, you know, influence and whatever, but Eurosocials are not necessarily bad. I think they're actually kind of good, but at the same... No, I need somebody who more definitive. Horatio maybe. I was using this guy as a governor last time I played as Cravers. Because, you know, of those things. And this alone makes me kind of tempted to employ him as the governor. I kind of want to have another admiral though, but my attack route is already out in the field. And the Unfallen are also a possibility with the fleet regeneration, which is always lovely. I think I will go for the Unfallen, just because of the fleet regeneration, which, as I said, is lovely. Now, he would also make a really good, you know... Yeah, he would make a really good governor, wouldn't he? Man, this is sometimes a little bit tricky to choose, but I want him to fleet my fleets maybe? 10 damage. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for you. Besides the Unfallen, the Forerunner are really cool. So far, by far, my favorite of community design factions in all of Amplitude's games. And I say that despite losing to them twice, very closely. I mean, to them. Losing to them once. In the second time I was already, you know, in the contest for the Unfallen. But I didn't get anything in the end. I was second place. Sad face. Very closely second place as well. Oh well, let's not forget about that. Let's not forget. Well, actually, yeah, let's not forget about that, but it's not important right now. So, what am I going to give my ships? Well, I think I'm going to start with extra fleet regeneration, just because of how useful it is. And right now my fleets are relatively small. So actually, yeah, because they are small, I think it's more important to have extra health before I give my fleets extra regeneration in the first place. So let's go ahead and do just that. I'll probably sooner or later grab all those skills at the maximum level. Actually, I will, because this skill, like Legendary Authority, only has 1 level. So yeah, there is that. Okay then, now let's have my ships move and let's go ahead and assign my hero to one of the fleets, and let's actually improve his ship so that it's not completely rubbish as it is right now. No offense, dude, your ride looks awesome, although it's not really my style. I would probably have a different paint job done, but still, it looks awesome because it's a spaceship, but you need better guns, and I can give you that. I can give you better guns. And again, I'll confuse the AI by installing a lot of missiles over there. So you, AI, try to figure out the counter to that. I dare you. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to give you some armor, some shielding, all the good stuff, extra movement points because it's important. And shall I give it improved probes? I don't think I really need those. And I probably could benefit from smart tier repair boats, but then again, it's not like I need anything really on this ship. Hero ships are kind of immortal anyway. And having the probes, who knows, maybe it will be useful. For example, when, yeah, I like having probes on attack, because it lets you discover paths to the enemy capitals. So yeah, I'll give him some probes, why not? It's basically like a free scout ship to accompany your attack fleet. So let's go ahead and assign him to this fleet, nice and easy. Level this fleet up as well, because hey, why not? And send it all the way to Delphinus. And have those guys guard this place so they can benefit from murdering those poor innocent pirates. So, oh, hey there! We discovered this heavy damage ship, unknown design entering your home system. Well then, I'm pretty sure regardless of the option, if I remember correctly, you will get random technology. As I explained in my previous playthrough, I hate random technologies because you may not want them and they increase the cost of all of your other technologies. I really don't like this thing. So, but that's, I believe, for just finishing this quest. I don't have to finish it. Anyway, for the time being, let's see. I have to do something in Host. Host should have plenty of both science and food, I believe, but let's check that real quick. So, yeah, I can easily complete it regardless of what I choose. And because I'm Craver, I want to eat the inhabitants, so let's go ahead and save them. Alright then, Xora's joining your empire. Yeah, I know, I just did something with him. And you just yeah, let's tactical surrender. No, not at all. I would rather not even joke about that, because I could misclick. You know me, I tend to misclick a lot in every game I ever play. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and colonize Ecus. In our 10 from now I'll be able to start actually mining it. But let's quickly check what's on this gas giant, because you never know, it could be something awesome. Wait, what? No! I didn't want to go. No! No! I did say something about misclicking, didn't I? I just wanted to check the curiosity, not colonize a gas giant. Oh, man. It physically hurts. It physically hurts me right now. Why? What? I just wanted to check what the life form is on this stuff. I was just curious. I wanted to colonize the Ash planet and get animated income at 10 from now. I did not want to settle on the least hospitable planet out of all of these. Not at all! That was my intention! Do you know how long it's going to take for this outpost to turn into a colony? Do you know how long it's going to take for then this colony to be able to establish another outpost on this Ash planet? This is... oh, for crying out loud. Why am I myself? Alright, existential crisis over, let's deal with it. I'm going to need a more... oh yeah, let's discover this curiosity now that while we're at it. I could swear I clicked on the curiosity. Maybe I did click on it and it's a bug that caused me to actually settle on a planet rather than explore curiosity, but I don't know. I'll have to review the footage. Then again, no, you know what? I'm not gonna review the footage because I really don't want to. I really don't want to. So... let's, I suppose, fly over to... I don't really know, or care. 3C75, yeah, that's a good place to run to. Let's kill a vine ship, because I hate vine ships, they tend to make vines, where I would rather there not be any vines, because they entwine things I don't want to be entwined. And also... okay, seriously now, I did just kill you twice. How are you still in here? With full health at that. No, seriously, what gives? Something is wrong. Either somebody sipped drugs into my tea, or I'm losing my mind, or something is just flat out wrong. I don't know which one is the real answer here. Not sure if I want to know the real answer either, but I just know that something is not right, and I'm just utterly confused. Anyway, let's send some probes down close to the center of the galaxy. I'm curious if I'll be able to find anything. You just murder some people because you actually can't find them now. They're still using missiles and they're still using shields. Like I said, they actually do a pretty good job of countering me. But I also try my best to counter them in return. So, oh no, there's barrage fire. Please no, don't like this battle. I want to watch it. It's probably going to be really interesting to watch. Or rather, it would be, if not for the fact that it will most likely lag out again. Well, regardless of whether or not it is actually going to lag, I'm going to go ahead and sip some more tea again. Because guess what? I can, so give me a moment. Tea warning. I only have enough left for one sip, and that was really quiet actually. Maybe, just maybe, I have the sound effects too quiet now. But I was concerned because when camera zooms in on a ship that is actually firing missiles, then it's unbelievably loud. And you know what is the true perpetrator? It's the fact that it's something I've complained about for a long time in space too. It's the fact that when you zoom in on a ship, it's extremely loud. But if you zoom in just slightly away from a ship, it suddenly grows extremely quiet. And since we're not going for realism in terms of sound design, because it is space, but in space opera sounds are more important than quietness, then in my opinion, sounds should not go quite as quickly as they do right now, because it's just no fun. I want to be able to hear the explosions from here, from this camera angle we just shifted away from. Like from here, yes, I want to hear those lasers firing. This would be so cool if I could. The saddest part is that this was how the sound system worked way back when, during the first during not the first, but the second Gamescom, I believe. The Gamescom where I actually worked for Amplitude. As in literally worked, I got paid even for that. Unlike usual, because, you know, I always test their stuff, I just don't get paid for that. I do it because I like the games. And that's my reward. For the most part, they also occasionally invite me to, you know, drink with them, which is actually really nice of them as well. So yeah, that is cool and all, but still, the important thing is, right now, we managed some Vodiani, and it made me feel happy. And you know what I'm gonna do when I feel happy? I'm going to repair my ships and head over to Ibella, because it actually has some antimatter and I can get there in one turn. Deco, you can keep Deco for now, I don't care. Hey, get back over here! Okay, now, this is a problem when fighting Vodiani. Do not ever let them... Why are you running away from me, you bastards? Anyway, do not ever lose track of the enemy archships, because before you know it, somebody's gonna revive them and the Vodiani will have archships back up and running again. Just keep that in mind. And because of that trireme, you have proven to have an incredible amount of food production. In fact, you're right now starving for space, so I'm going to give you more space, and right after that you are going to give me a repair. Because repairs are fun, and you're going to follow it up with a slicer, or two. Yeah, just one slicer, I suppose. In fact, I'm going to make the slicer ASAP just in case some pesky Vodiani tries to do something funny. Meanwhile, this system is absolutely awesome, I love it because it's fun to live. I mean, maybe it's not fun to live on, it might be kind of hard. Then again, it might look cool. No, I think it would get boring very quickly, and it's probably very tedious to live on this planet as well. I mean, sure, when you're in top government-donated secret laboratory or something, you probably don't even notice the weather, but then you don't have the time to appreciate the weather either. So yeah, it's probably not the best place to live on, now that I think about it. Why am I even talking about it? Nobody knows. And nobody cares either, most likely. Anyway, this place, it can make me a repair, because why not? I want to have some more repairs, because repairs are fun. I believe I'm done with my turn now, aren't I? I think I am. Alright then, let's end my turn, and after I'm done with ending my turn, oh no, I wanted to take a sip of my tea. But if I do, I'll have to finish my video, because I will not be able to, you know, do anything with my... I will not be able to do anything to refresh my throat. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, final quest complete! Yay! Cheers! It was extremely easy, wasn't it? Yes, it was. It really was. It was also kind of fun. But anyway, now we are officially part of the virtual endless army, which is really fun. I like this idea. It makes... The way it ties to the endless lore, it's really fun in my opinion. I know I'm repeating the word fun too many times, but I just like the idea. I like what we're doing here. I wish it was a little bit more tied to the mechanics, or maybe like just general lore, because it's stupid how I can still join the Lost when I am, technically speaking, now part of the Endless Empire. You know what would be cool? If my empire name or faction would be renamed to Endless as soon as we complete this quest as the Wasps. That would be cute and awesome and wow. Also, by the way, if you're wondering what the implications of this quest are, if you have paid attention to the thumbnail I use in my in this series, well, this is how the covers are going to look like now. Yes, we are stepping it up a notch. This is also what my skin, my Cravers skin is all about. This is actually what the Cravers turn into after they take control over the Infinite Factory. Because no matter what you do in this quest, you will gain control over an Infinite Factory and gain access to better Craver designs, which is rather awesome. Alright, lunchtime ended, which is not really relevant. And oh no, a Prowler! I'm so scared, I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll probably just kill it, because that's what I do. Yep, I killed it, got a lot of stuff in return, and also some free influence as well. It's not a big amount, but mind you, it's still free influence for not even any modules whatsoever. That's really nice. I'm going to keep the ship over on Delphinus for one extra turn, because I want to attach a Reaper to it. And once that is done, what else do I want to do? Well, let's have a quick look, see... Yes, I know that I completed a quest. Let's have all of my ships move to wherever I want to move them. You go ahead and murder something, because you can. Positrons! Yeah, kill them, why not? And the system is now entwined. How did it get entwined when I kept killing the divine ship? I have no idea. And my fleets actually have insufficient manpower, do they? Oh wow, they literally have no manpower whatsoever. Well, you're not going to be able to do any conquering at all, are you? Let's just send them back, have them restock on tanks, and then continue moving along. Alrighty then, faction assimilated by... I tried my hardest to kill that warship, I still have no idea why it didn't get killed. Anyway, I'm going to take it all out on... I'll be entirely honest with you guys right now. I completely forgot about the airship. I'm going to watch this battle because this will be fun to watch, but this is also going to be... This will not be pretty, let's just put it that way, alright? Alright, let's watch this. It is going to be fun to watch. That's one way to describe it at least. I am definitely going to enjoy watching this, but I'm not sure if my fleet will enjoy it as much as I will. So anyway, let me drink some tea as I wait for my ships to arrive, because apparently the camera doesn't have anything cooler to look at, like for example this giant reverse pyramid in the distance. Anyway, let me drink. So happy, that was the last sip of my tea. Very good indeed. Alrighty then. Let's watch this, let's do this, let's see how well I will do against this giant mothership, and let's see how well the auto camera will do against the mothership. Well, so far mothership seems to be soaking up all of the damage that it can, that I'm trying to do to it, because guess what? Motherships, they tend to have really good shooting on them. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? But it seems like the mothership, and I think it is firing quite a bit at me, but it doesn't do too much. It almost makes me feel like the Vodiani really are not specking into their weaponry technology all that much. They might have some decent enough shooting technology, but I actually don't think they do. Look at that! Yeah, the arc ship's shields are already depleted. I think the Vodiani don't actually have any kind of improvements in terms of the weapon modules and the defense modules, otherwise they would not deplete as quickly as they did on the arc ship. Because, spoiler warning, arc ships are really powerful. Or rather, they should be, except this one seems to be having some real problems fighting my fleet, and I might actually... Can I bring it down? Yes, I will bring it down, because as soon as I get into close range, my beams will fire, and those things will tear this arc ship to shreds. Now, there is a problem. I did not necessarily want to destroy this arc ship, but I suppose I'll take what I can get. Alright, I lost a ship, but now my beam weapons are starting to fire, and yeah, this arc ship is in for a really bad time, and it is about to explode. Come on, guys. Yeah, there we go. Come on, camera! Focus on the arc ship. Okay, there we go. It is now going to explode. I want to see that, and yep, that's a lot of boom. That is awesome. I love watching those things explode. I love watching millions of people die, except it looked like it didn't explode. Whatever. I also sliced it though. It only took one arc ship. But no, it's a sad Vodiani. Get better weapons. But anyway, as I said, the reason why they want to destroy an arc ship is this. I didn't actually get the Ubella, which I actually really wanted to get. That was an accidental thing though. I completely forgot about the arc ship. I really did. I don't really know how I forgot about it, but I did. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to backtrack to Lopus to, you know, refill my tanks, because I'm pretty sure I'm missing some tanks. I'm going to add the repair to my fleet as well, because why not? I'm going to kill some Vodiani as well, because I can. And then the next slicer? No, because it cannot reach this place in time. I'm going to conquer that hill, and I'll purposefully give the Vodiani a chance to fix its mothership. Just so that I can, you know, conquer it rather than destroy it. Alrighty then. I'm going to assign skills to my hero, who got a lot of experience from doing what he just did. Obviously, I mean, arc ships are kind of big and they do tend to give you a lot of experience. I don't think I really care about shoot capacity. I'm not even using shoots right now anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and improve my ship's health even further. Nice and easy, and I'm going to call it a day, because, yeah, I can call it a day. Actually, Warden needs some extra stuff to be made on it, so let's go ahead and do just that. And I don't need to exploit the planet right now. Anyway, research needs to be done though, so I'll just do that real quick. I didn't actually need crust engineering in the end, but I do want autonomous materials because of Hawking Radiation Dancer, and I do want to get to this level of stuff because it can give me access to things like, for example, cosmetic genetics, which is actually really useful. and I really like that recent upgrade. Echo Habitats is also something I might want to grab, especially since I have just discovered a lot of systems that do have moons on them. So yeah, I'll probably go for that as well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Please do remember to give me feedback on the audio levels, and I'll adjust them in a few videos from now on, but I will adjust them. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you online.